Next on Energy Switch, we'll explore the controversial subject of geoengineering.
The technology exists, if you will. It is, relatively speaking, so cheap, and it has almost immediate effects. But if you were to stop overnight, temperatures would increase dramatically. And that alone might cause dramatic problems.
This is an enormous amount of power on the global stage. You're handing over control of the basic climate system, you know, how warm it is, where it rains, all these kinds of things. And I think that that will have major geopolitical consequences ultimately for the future of humanity.
Coming up, should we even begin to research a technology that could control our climate?
I'm Scott Tinker, and I'm an energy scientist. I work in the field, lead research, speak around the world, write articles, and make films about energy. This show brings together leading experts on vital topics in energy and climate. They may have different perspectives, but my goal is to learn and illuminate and bring diverging views together towards solutions. Welcome to the Energy Switch.
Geoengineering is the idea of engineering Earth to remove CO2 from the atmosphere or to reflect the sun's heat. The ideas range from well understood, like planting forests or capturing CO2 from the air, to highly controversial, such as injecting huge volumes of aerosols into the stratosphere to cool the temperature of the entire globe. The technologies could be straightforward, but the politics and ethics are not. We'll discuss with Gernot Wagner. He's a climate economist at Columbia Business School and author of 6 books, including Climate Shock and most recently, Geoengineering: The Gamble. Stephen Gardner is a professor of philosophy and director of the program on ethics at Williams University, where he has written extensively on the ethics of geoengineering. Coming up on Energy Switch, get ready for a remarkable discussion on geoengineering.
So let's dive in. What do we actually mean by geoengineering?
We mean intentional technological interventions, typically a planetary scale, that are aimed at combating climate change.
So what are the benefits?
Yeah, well, the hope is first to just reduce the magnitude of climate impacts, and especially moving forward as warming is expected to increase or accelerate. One of the other benefits is supposed to be that it would potentially buy time for decarbonization.
Okay. Anything to add on the benefit side?
Benefit of solar geoengineering is that it would limit climate risk and do so relatively quickly.
Piece of the puzzle.
It is one piece of the puzzle.
Okay. What are the downsides, just high level?
Well, it might actually increase risk. It's not as if we have the technology readily to hand and it's been well tested and we have a lot of experience of it, of using it in the real world. And solar geoengineering in particular seems to involve a real concentration of control over something basic that governs the basic facts of people's lives. That's an enormous amount of power to put somewhere.
That's a downside. Okay. Downside?
China last year increased solar power production by 40+%, while we are here debating a climate technology that isn't.
Okay. Well, let's dive in. Let's dive into some of these topics. Carbon dioxide removal. What does that mean? I mean, what should I picture when I think of that technology?
CDR is about taking CO2 out of the atmosphere and then ideally puts it all the way underground where it can no longer escape.
Okay. So you're moving lots of volumes of air through big filters, if you will.
Industrial fans, lots of energy,
right?
Which, by the way, is one of the problems.
Yeah.
So what you don't want to do is cause more pollution while pretending to be taking out CO2.
Robin from Peter to pay Paul.
Yes.
So anything to add to that?
We tend to focus initially on the how we can get it out of the air and not spend so much time thinking about what are we going to do with it. So some serious questions that come up are whether we're going to have enough storage space and whether that storage space is going to be secure over the long term.
Okay. I think most of our viewers would probably have heard of desal, or taking salts out of water. And that works, but you end up with a bunch of salt. Yeah. So what do you do with it? And the volumes here are much larger of carbon dioxide. Could we absorb enough through natural means, like planting forests? Why not just plant trees?
Well, it helps, and trees are good, but there are trade-offs. Trees keep the CO2 in the biosphere. Trees die, trees decompose, CO2 gets released almost immediately.